Hi guys, welcome back to Heart Unfiltered. You know how this works. We strip the filters and clear the truth. But today I needed backup because I couldn't stop thinking about the question in the first version of this episode, and I realized my answer wasn't enough. I needed someone who sees this differently. So Teresa is here. She's a mental health advocate. She has spent years in the spaces where these conversations actually happen, not just where we theorize about them. And she's also, well, she has become someone I trust with the messy stuff. So I asked her to sit with me on this one. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Yusuf. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank
Welcome
you.
to Art Unfiltered.
Thank you. Hi, guys. How are you guys doing? It's really nice to be here. I'm really excited to be here. My name is Theresa Owuna. Just like Yusuf said, I am a mental health advocate. I volunteer with Mani, that's Mentally Aware Nigerian Initiative. And I also have my own initiative called Getting Better Together. And I'm really excited for this and hope we have a meaningful conversation that you guys will love, obviously.
That's the point. All right, so to the comment on that one of the episode that inspired the initial episode and also this, let me read it to you real quick. So he says, how about those people that have been seen and treated as too leaky or attached and now they're tired? Now they're used to not checking in or paying so much attention and they don't expect check-ins from others. They're giving their all and they're now comfortable in justice. How about them? I mean, that really eats me. And I remember I replied, it's, I think the question here should be whether really your friends to begin with, whether your tribe, or the foundations of the friendship, and were they for the right reasons. So that comment and my response sparks this necessary conversation. So let's get to it. I remember replying with tribe and foundations, yes, but there's when you read that the tired, you start checking in, comfortable in that state, what do you hear?
Well, I didn't just hear tired. I heard someone who has slowly shut down. Not because they don't care anymore, but because caring stopped feeling safe. When you give and it's not met, you don't just get tired, you start adjusting your expectations and you will shut down. It's just like having a plant in your home and you don't give it the required amount of water, sunlight. It would strive on its own, but it gets to a point where when it finally drops, it wouldn't get up again because there's nothing for it to gravitate towards. There's no sunlight for it to open up towards. And so it just shuts down. And I think it's basically the same thing for humans as well. So now it looks like they don't need people anymore. But in reality, they've just shut down and learned not to expect anything from anyone anymore.
Huh? Okay, oh, that was deep. And it makes me think we keep ending up here because of how we started. So let's talk about friends for the wrong reasons. A lot of us become friends with people we had no business being close to. And deep down, we knew it. We didn't become friends because of shared values or connection. Sometimes it was just timing, shared trauma, mutual friends, loneliness, or sometimes just vibes. But the thing is, vibes don't sustain a relationship or friendship. Intent does, compatibility does, effort does. So what do you think?
Well, I think a lot of friendships don't start from clarity. They start from need and most likely your environment. We're friends because of this place that we're in at this point in time. Say, for example, when you were friends with people in secondary school, perhaps you guys used to go home together. So you guys were seen as friends, or you guys became friends because after school, you get to walk home together or you get to walk to school together. And maybe in uni, you need to work on projects together. You need someone in your department or in your school to figure stuff out with, or you become friends with someone when you just enter school. You become friends with someone when you guys are doing registration. You guys are just like figuring things out together. So it might start from, or most times, a lot of times, it starts from a need, and we don't get to think about outside this situation, outside this need. Who are we?
Right.
What is this relationship about? Do I like this person? Who is this person? Are your values and my values aligned? Do I like the way you think? Do I like the way you do things? What really is this relationship or this friendship about outside of where we began or
Not
outside of
me.
what started our friendships? And so you see people bond over different things and then come to realize later that there was never any real alignment. And as Nigerians in our culture as well, there's pressure to maintain relationships. You never call me. Ah,
Yeah.
if I no call you, no
You
call
don't
me.
call
And
me. Yeah,
it's
I get
performative sometimes. And let me not generalize. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's performative. It's not really like, or maybe they saw your status and then they're like, oh, then they reach out. So sometimes it's performative. It's pressure to maintain relationships, even though you're no longer healthy. You don't really like this person. There's nothing really joining both of you together, but you still keep up. And so people stay in friendships that they've outgrown because feeling is uncomfortable. It feels like betrayal. It makes you a bad person.
sometimes just
Mhm.
so we know it's deep down, don't we? That some friendships were never built to last. But Teresa, why do we ignore that knowing?
I would once again say we are Nigerians. We a lot of the times do not know how to dissociate things. So we associate bad situations with something about us. There's something wrong with this situation. There must be something wrong with me. There must be something wrong with the way I handled it. So there must be something wrong with fundamentally wrong with me, basically. And so admitting that to an average person would mean also admitting that something is wrong with them.
Fair.
Why are you in there are abusive friendships as well? Why are you in this friendship if something is not wrong with you? If you're not a mumu, do you get? Meanwhile, you might just be a vulnerable person who goes all out, who gives all their heart, or who opens all their heart and gives their all in a relationship. And also the courage to live, admitting that there's something wrong would mean facing and making a decision. And so most people would rather stay in something familiar than face the discomfort of choosing differently, walking away, being the bad person in this scenario. You go stay, you are not a good person. You can just quietly let that relationship die or come to
Natural
terms with
death.
it. Yes, this is you don't have to perform. Just be yourself.
Right. So basically, we know that if we start wrong, if we're in mismatch, I'm sure you've seen this play out differently when it comes to like mismatched friendship styles. So what are your like takes on it?
I don't exactly believe in mismatched friendships because I think that you don't have to be the exact same type of person to be in a relationship. Variety, they say, is the spice of life. Yeah. So I don't but in the context that you put it in,
Yeah.
I would say mismatched friendships is as a result of a lack of communication. So I feel like a lot of conflicts in friendships is not always about bad intentions. It's about different expectations that were never expressed. I could be one way and you could be another way. And because this is what I'm used to, this is what I expect you to do. I expect that, oh, if you really care about me as a friend, oh, there's a situation that came into my mind right now. So sometimes I would talk from a girly point of view.
But
If you post something as a friend, or I think I saw on social media too. I don't want to go too personal. I saw it on social media. Someone posted and she said that she told her friends that she was getting married. And there was no follow-up question from that other person's end as to what do you want me to do?
okay, where's
And
that
so she
coming
feels like that person is a bad friend and that person is jealous. Meanwhile, the other friend
in? Okay.
didn't want to push too far and they didn't want to overstep boundaries. You're not asking me to be anything. You're not asking me to be a significant part of your day. You're just informing me that you're
Not
getting married.
ready.
You're not giving me information about when, where, or what role you want me to play. And so one person is expecting the other person to give
Push.
full
The
information.
guys
The other
push.
person is expecting you to actually ask to show that you're interested.
There
So
was
that
no
listen,
communication.
yes.
So
So
yeah.
I feel like a lack of communication really, really well, I feel like that's really the problem and not
Basically,
really
the
a
mismatch.
mismatch. So
Yeah.
unspoken expectations are where most friendships start to break. What I'm thinking and what I'm not voicing out is different from what you're thinking and what you're expecting from me
You're right.
as well.
So I mean, let's be honest,
Mm.
we have different friends. Personally, I have like different kinds of friends, right? I feel like some of my friends cannot even be with they cannot be friends with some of my other friends because I have some that I don't talk to every day. And I always know what's going on in their life. She get and when they're switching jobs, moving cities, planning big like things. I have those that need that daily check-in. I have to like talk to them every day. She get but I've kind of found balance because we kind of communicated. We had this is how I show up and this is what I need type of talk. She get I mean it wasn't always smooth, she get, but it helps us like show up better. She get. I
Yeah.
also have the events friends, the ones you talk to when an
Let's
event
go and
itself.
party. We
I guess
outside.
what? I feel like that's okay to not every friendship has to run deep to be valid, but you need to know what kind of friendship you're in and stop expecting things that weren't promised, like you said. But it's where I kind of got it wrong. I don't want to say wrong, but where I kind of got confused. I thought communication would fix everything. Sometimes it just, confirms you are speaking different languages. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I feel yes, communication might not fix it in the way that we think it would fix it. Like, oh, I just say this and it's fine. It might fix it in a different, unexpected way. It just reveals or it shows both of you what different things or both of you expect different things. And so in fixing it, you get to choose what this person wants or what this person expects. Can I meet up with it? Can I give it? Or is it not my thing? Do I just move on from this? And that in a way that is fixing it as well. Because you both know that okay, you've come to the end of the road. Or you might not even necessarily come to the end of the road, but the relationship wouldn't just be what you were expecting it to be or what you thought the relationship would be. So it fixes it in a way it gives you clarity.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what you want and you can decide to okay, I can adjust and accommodate or
And
we could just move
compromise.
on.
Yeah, okay. So basically, it doesn't fix things
Yeah.
all the time, but it gives some form of clarity.
Yes.
Kind of gives you what to do next. And that makes sense. All right. So, but personally, I think there's this thing that actually get worse that we don't talk about. Instead of learning, sometimes we repeat patterns. We keep choosing the same kind of people that makes us feel small, unwanted, or too much. And when it fails again, we say people just don't know how to be friends anymore. But maybe we're not choosing people who are our tribe. We're choosing people who fit a pattern. Here is where I had to like get honest with myself at some point. I keep choosing who fits a pattern she gets, in my kind of friends at some
Mm.
point. You get, but what pattern do you keep seeing in your friends? Do you have like a pattern in your friends, maybe now or maybe in the past?
Now, no, not anymore.
Okay.
My but in the past, yes. I used to choose people who I thought were better than me in areas I wanted to get better in.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, so I would look at you and say, "Oh, you're doing really well academically. You know something that I aspire to know." So I would align myself with you and be friends with you. And I noticed that pattern being friends with people who I thought this thing you are doing, I want to do it. Yes, I want to
Right.
be like you. I want to master it as well.
Okay.
But sometimes over time, it's rigid. And
Right.
so yeah, for now, my friendship circle is eclectic. It doesn't follow a particular pattern.
Okay.
I have friends who were aligned in our religious beliefs,
Mm.
in our faith. I have friends who, like I said, are for vibes.
Right.
Yes, I have friends who share the same heart and desire the same community that I do. And,
No, that's where I come in.
that is where you definitely come in. And so, yeah.
I mean,
But
let's.
to address what you said about patterns,
Yeah.
we would always choose what is comfortable, what we know. If you're used to giving more, you would choose people who take more, even though you complain about it.
Right.
But that's what you know how to do. That's what you've mastered. That's what you're familiar with. Yeah. So you would follow what you grew up with. If you lacked, let me not say if you lacked love growing up, I would assume most of you have love at all. But if you had to perform or you had to work to earn love, if you had to work to earn love, you would also choose friends or even partners that you actually have to gain their affection. You have to work hard to gain their affection. So yeah, patterns will always show up, except you do a bit of introspection.
Fair.
Turn the mirror to yourself. You look at what
You actually need.
and what you're doing and what you need to do differently.
I guess. I mean, because let's tell the truth for a second. We really can't live life alone.
Yeah.
You get. I mean, independence is great. Healing and solitude are beautiful, but at the end of the day, we are human. We are wired for connections. You might be lucky to find your connection with your immediate family,
Yeah.
but for some, it's their extended family. You'll be
Mhm.
surprised. But for many of us, people are our friends.
Yes.
That's why choosing the right one matters. Because there's this popular saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. And I
Yeah.
think it's true. Getting the right tribe makes the journey easier. Now, think about it. Life is already hard. You're navigating career decisions, economic pressures, relationship, maybe even spiritual or personal growth. You shouldn't have to carry the weight of friendship that drains you, confuse you, or make you feel small. Because believe it or not, the quality of your friendships does impact your life, not just recurring, but like daily.
Yeah.
Your mood, your decisions, your self-esteem, all of it can be traced back to who you keep around you. So friendship, from my point of view, isn't just vibes. It's part of the architecture of your life. I want to say, stop treating it like an afterthought. Theresa, same page or different angle?
Well, same page because friendships affect how you see yourself. You said, the architecture of your life. They affect how you also build yourself. You need people who pour into you, people who see you, who correct you, people who love you, who cheer you on, who push you. And so they affect how your life will turn out as well. And
I've had a friend tell me once that if you ever feel like I stop pouring into you, let me know. She get that's like when you said the whole pour thing, I was like, she was like, you need friends that pour into you, same way you like pour into
yeah.
them, that kind of thing. All right, so I once read somewhere if you want to love or be in friendship with no risk, then you should love nothing. Because I mean there's always risk. You might give your all and still get nothing back. However, I believe you can lower that risk by being honest about why you're entering friendships in the first place, by making sure you're not open someone will become something they're not.
There's always
That
risk.
right.
There's risk in everything that we do, and especially in love. Yes, so there's always risk in loving people, but I think the goal is not to avoid risk. It's to be more aware of who you're investing in, which is why you should, take your time, study people, notice people, know yourself first.
Basically.
If you don't even know yourself,
You don't even know
what are
what
you looking
friendship.
for? Yeah, you don't even know the kind of friends that you want or that you need if you don't know who you are. So please be more aware of who you're investing your time, your love, your resources in, because friendships, they matter a lot and
Yeah,
they will take a lot.
exactly. So this has been amazing. But before we go, here are some questions for you. You don't have to answer them to me, but be honest with yourself. Are you making friends for the right reasons? And what would it cost to choose differently? Teresa, what question would you like?
Here is my question to you. Answer it to yourself, answer it in your journal, and answer it in the comments. Are you choosing people who truly see you or just people that you're used to?
Mm, okay. So that's it. You guys should.
Wisdom.
You guys should like answer that to yourself. All right, Teresa, thank you so much for honoring my invite.
Thank you so much.
And thank you guys for holding space with us. If this made you pause, you should share it with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So until next time, keep on futuring your arts. Bye, guys.
Bye.